Hey everyone, welcome back to the lab. In this video, we're going to be walking through the Fathom Analytics Dashboard. We'll go through each of the different sections, what they are, and what you can do with them. So why are we making this video? I really like Fathom Analytics, but it does have a pretty small community, which means limited documentation outside of the official channels. So my solution is to just kind of document some of the common workflows to kind of show why I like this so much and hopefully help you get started as well. So by the end of this video, hopefully you have a really good understanding of the Fathom dashboard, both all of the different kind of pieces of information that are on there, as well as how you can use them to better analyze your site. So this should be a pretty short video. I'm just going to give a quick overview of Fathom Analytics to make sure you're in the right place, and then the rest of the video will be about the dashboard. All right, Fathom Analytics. So we're talking about Fathom Analytics. This is the Cell website, so if you think I'm talking about something else, probably wrong video for you. Fathom is my current favorite web analytics provider, and it's what I've been using for basically all my projects in 2023, and I'm slowly moving over all my projects to it from Google Analytics. I really like it because, first and foremost, it's extremely simple, way simpler than basically anything else I've tried. Two, it's privacy first, which I think gives it some durability as all of these privacy laws are changing pretty rapidly. And third, it's pretty cheap compared to all these other analytics providers that provide similar feature sets and privacy firstness. Fathom came out on top for me. So if this is not the Fathom you think we're talking about, probably leave the video. The rest will be about this Fathom Analytics. Okay, and if you haven't started using Fathom Analytics, you can use this code here to get $10 credit. I think it's well worth the price, but might as well get the credit while you can. All right, so assuming you are using Fathom Analytics, we can move forward to the dashboard. So I'm going to be demoing this, and this is going to be my dashboard for my live website for HAMY.xyz. The dashboard is pretty long, and we're going to be going through it section by section, as shown here in the screenshot. If you are interested in like a cheat sheet of this, to have all the annotations along with like what every section is and a brief overview, I do have that on the original blog post on my website linked here, and I'll have it in the YouTube description. So that's probably more useful if you're just trying to check out what a specific section is or refer back to it later. But that is linked here below. So with that, let's go on into the demo. Okay, so here's my dashboard. You can see that we're looking at HAMY.xyz up here, and this first part is the site dropdown. So if we click it, we can see all the sites that are here. For most people that only have like one site or two sites, this probably isn't a big deal. But for someone like me that has like tens of sites, usually this gets super useful. And so we can type in stuff here, and it will try to filter it down to the site we're looking for. You also have an option to view all sites, which is a nice little view for just like the highlights of everything. You can see I only have 3 here now, but I am working on migrating all of my stuff over to Fathom. So this is Site Picker. That makes it super easy to switch sites. The second part we're looking at is the date range picker. So super easy if you want to just like select some sort of range, and also some useful ones. I always just look at the last 30 days because it keeps it just more consistent and easy to kind of see from day to day when you look at it. But also some other ones here that are useful, and what I thought was pretty useful is if you're going back like many years, you can just select it here, which is much better than most date pickers I've seen. This button here brings you to settings, so all sorts of things, like you can get the site ID, the embed ID for each one, things like that, as well as like all of your account settings here as well. And you can click this to go back to the dashboard. And then the next part here is what I call like the stats highlights, and this is basically the overall aggregation for everything that you're currently looking at. So I don't have any filters currently set, so this is just like everything for the last 30 days, which makes sense. But we could see that like if I click on a filter, like let's look at things from YouTube down here, that it applies, and now all filters applied will show up here as well. So yes, it's the top line highlights, but also it's the top line like aggregates for whatever your current filter is. We'll clear the filter for now. Down here is the main timeline. So whatever we're looking at currently, it'll show us that on a timeline. If we were to change this to like this year, this will change as well, including the granularity, which isn't super useful here because we only have 2 data points. So let's move back to 30 days. You can also click and drag if you want to just change the timeline like that. And if you start clicking on this stuff, it will start showing you different views kind of on your timeline. So you can kind of toggle these on and off if you're looking at them. Okay, and now the rest of these are all kinds of breakdowns in some fashion, and they all act similarly, but we'll go through them one by one. So the first one is pages. So this is like all of your stats broken down by the page where it actually happened. So, the highest ones I have are up here and the lowest kind of go down here. And if we click one, we can see that it also will filter all the other things by whatever this thing is I filtered. So this is a specific blog post on my website, and we can see the top lines here. We can see it over time here, and we can see that all of these are also filtered by that. So we can kill the filter like this. You can always search like this. So we can look for F#, and that'll give me everything that has F# here. This also acts like a filter for the aggregates. And then if we just wanted to look through, we can go like this. And we can see that all these turned to percentages. There's actually a toggle down here where you can toggle the percentages based on which one you're interested in looking at. And so we got entries, visitors, and views. If you're, have used Google Analytics in the past, this is so much easier to get to see what pages people are actually looking at. It's literally on the main page versus 8 clicks in, which is great for me. Okay, moving on to the next one, we have refers. So this is just not where did people go on my website, but also where did they come from. And just the same way, we can actually just click into here. So let's see, my traffic coming from YouTube. We can see it updates all of these top line, it updates our timeline, and then it shows all the places that people are actually coming into my site, where are they actually going. You can filter it, you can search, you can iterate in the same way, and we'll continue down. So now we've got device types. This only shows us the kind of device type. I think this might be due to cookies or user agents. It doesn't have breakdowns of Android or anything, but typically okay. Then we have the same thing for browsers, all the different browsers people are using, and then where are they actually coming from by country. Down here we get into some more advanced stuff like events, where are the events coming from. This is really useful for custom things you want to add to analytics, and I can actually show you an example of this. So if we go to creation cycle, I have some events here. This is my Notion template selling website, and we can see oh, these are the completions for one of my meeting templates, and this is one for my PRD template, and we can see the conversion rates and stuff here. And then if you wanted, you can actually click on this, I think, and it'll show you where this stuff is coming from. So my meeting templates, it looks like no one referred. These are the devices people were on, the browsers used, the countries, stuff like that. So just an example of what this kind of looks like in practice. So let's go back to my other site. And then UTMs is going to be the same. This is usually in your URL, and this is just another way of tracking. And if you want to look at the settings, these are buttons that'll go to the settings pages for both of those. That's about it. Here's the toggle percentages thing. You can see it's changing to percents if that's useful for you. And then they just added keyboard shortcuts if you are trying to be a power user or something. The only one I use is the percentages one sometimes to toggle away from percentages. And that's it. That's the Fathom dashboard. You should have a pretty good understanding of how that works now. If you're interested in using Fathom and you also use SvelteKit, you can check out this video for how to put them together in a really nice, easy fashion. It's linked here, and I'll have it in the description as well. And yeah, that's it. Let me know if you have any questions about Fathom or SvelteKit or anything like that. And as always, this is where you can find me to send me those questions. So that's all for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.